Being able to make informed and pragmatic financial decisions as an individual necessarily requires that you possess some set of requisite skills and knowledge that border around the efficient use of all financial resources available to you. This is in essence what financial education is, and it's a concept that's proven to be extremely important towards achieving progress in all of life's engagements. Oftentimes, you might find yourself seeking a notable improvement in your personal and financial life in an effort that's geared towards taking you closer to attaining financial freedom and independence. This is a point where you no longer have to depend on any relation or an unsavory job all just for money. Having financial freedom can be very rewarding as you're able to free up more time to focus on other things that truly matter to you. But being financially independent is very different from having financial confidence, and although both concepts might appear similar, they are strikingly different and unique. While financial independence largely measures the amount of money you've been able to accumulate over time and which allows you to take ample time off active work, financial confidence, on the other hand, largely measures the strength of your financial acumen to generate more money. A lot of people tend to erroneously think that there is a severe scarcity problem with money, and making more money is often arduous and nearly impossible. However, this flawed view and belief about money is the farthest thing from the truth. The world we live in is literally littered with money that is beyond measure, but money, wherever it might be, is only accessible and available for acquisition to people with the relevant skills and knowledge to attract it. The ability to make money follows a set of unique rules and sometimes appears almost like a game. When you play according to the rules, you soon master the game and create your pathway to financial freedom. The rules of the game of money are essentially the basis of attaining financial literacy and financial freedom, and likewise building financial confidence. In this video from your #1 finance channel, we'll be detailing the simple rules of money that will help you take your money game to the very next level. Now you will be getting all this information for free. Yes, you heard right, for free. But before we get started, make sure to give this video a like, hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive notifications of when we post more financially liberating videos like this one. One big irony about financial literacy is that information pertaining to the subject is easily and readily available for free via a couple of simple Google searches. But despite this, a large percentage of people remain financially ignorant. To put this in perspective, there are still lots of people who prefer to exhaust their paychecks on a bunch of liabilities than on revenue-generating assets. So these people continue to struggle financially. But the secret to breaking free from this heinous circle remains changing a few bad habits and developing a rich mindset. One undisputed fact is that just about anybody can become rich and financially independent. There's no rich person who's financially ignorant, except for a lucky few who probably won a lottery or happened upon a truly huge inheritance. But even these lucky people can still become bankrupt, especially when they're financially ignorant. Financially ignorant people who stumble upon sudden wealth usually end up making bad financial decisions, only to end up losing it all. So if you want to become truly rich and financially free for a long term, and not just for a few years, you must necessarily make efforts to become financially educated. But financial education isn't taught in the conventional school system or within the four walls of a classroom. People who get financially literate and educated get down to work and do it themselves. With all the information on financial education available on the internet and via other sources, you might be wondering why people refrain from learning more about financial education. Well, the reasons are not far-fetched, and they essentially evolve around two core reasons. The first of these reasons is how shockingly financial education contrasts and contradicts conventional wisdom. Conventional wisdom teaches that money is scarce, which invariably instills the wrong mindset in people and makes it extremely difficult for them to attract money. Age-long conventional sayings such as money is the root of all evil and money can't buy you happiness are some of the wrong beliefs about money that most people get introduced to from a very young age, and which can be very difficult to do away with. These false and flawed beliefs about money greatly hinder people from taking action that would liberate them financially. Another conventional wisdom that is likewise extremely wrong is the negative attitude towards debt and the skewed perception that debt is extremely bad. People wrongly demonize debt, when it can actually prove to be very instrumental in the journey towards financial freedom. To achieve great progress in becoming financially literate and free, you need to be circumspect of the opinions on money that you welcome, as well as the category of people that you discuss the subject of money with. You should be careful enough to ensure that you only rub minds with people who are financially educated and who can give you the needed tips on how to become financially educated yourself. Just like you wouldn't open to learning an activity you've never done before from just any person, you should even be more watchful about who you learn about money from. The second reason why people largely refrain from learning about financial freedom is the comfort zone trap and low self-esteem. Rich people who have attained financial freedom generally hold the unanimous belief that in order to make a lot of money and become financially independent, one needs to be very confident and have decent self-esteem. To attain wealth, you need to first self-reflect and strongly believe and affirm that you need and deserve to be much wealthier and happier. You have to first envision yourself as being rich first before you can actually attain richness. And there's just no other way about it. The confident and charismatic rich image of yourself that you develop in your mind is what will primarily trigger you to exit your comfort zone and get your hands dirty for riches. You can't be successful if you're afraid of success, and if you lack the confidence to get out of your comfort zone and take risks. For context, if you dream of owning a successful business but lack the financial strength to actualize it, you might first of all have to demonstrate confidence in yourself and step out of your comfort zone by risking taking a bank loan, which would no doubt leave you in debt by some thousands of dollars. Being able to do this would be the first pointer that you've begun to develop the charisma and confidence that you need to become rich. Without these two ingredients, getting rich and financially free is pretty much an insurmountable task. Doing this would likewise ensure that you've laid a solid foundation and achieved high preparedness for receiving financial education. The confidence you develop would be the strength and courage you need to take calculated risks for wealth creation, as well as make you effective at creating wealth for yourself even when under pressure. Now that we've laid the antecedents on why people don't make enough effort to get financially educated and attach no importance to it, let's dive right into the core rules of being financially educated. Rule number 1. Never invest in what you don't understand. An undisputed fact and reality of life is that no matter who you work for, you'll never get rich long-term by working for someone else. The clear path to riches and financial freedom as a unit of the labor force is to start investing as early as possible. Investing is very important, especially when your goal is to multiply your money over a period of time. You must necessarily start investing early and diversify your investments from the get-go. Besides investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, and any other investment asset out there, you also have to foremostly invest in yourself. And this is the most important investment of all. Investing in yourself foremostly by getting a thorough financial education is what would largely determine how efficiently and well you'll manage your investments towards creating generational wealth. If you've established a business, you also need to pour in lots of investment into your business by engaging in constant marketing and research, or even developing new products. Regardless of the kind of investment you choose, you have to thoroughly understand what you're getting into and make sure to play by the rules. Rule number 2. Debt is both a powerful and deadly financial tool. The subject of debt is often strongly debated, and the power of debt remains strongly underrated. People who know how to effectively utilize debt will always thrive, and those who shy away only end up losing out. You can always calculate with every debt to determine if it's good or bad debt. No business fails from taking advantage of good debt. You tend to make a hell lot of money from good debt, and you're absolutely sure you can pay it off. However, bad debt, like student loans, are destructive and should be avoided at all costs. Bad debt basically destroys the financial lives of people and offers them nothing in return. Always make sure to consider the consequences of debt and its associated risks before dabbling into it. Nonetheless, getting in debt can be a great tool for getting rich. Rule number 3. Develop asset acquiring skills. Whatever puts money in your pocket is an asset, while liabilities only do the opposite. Your biggest asset is your mind, and you can train and develop it to be even more valuable. All skills that are in high demand in the marketplace all have two things in common. They bring a lot of value to the market and they make you a lot of money. So rather than slave away for decades working for someone else, it's best to start developing skills that will help you generate income just by delivering results and adding value to the market. You need to foremostly develop your first high-income skill by first figuring out what best suits your capabilities. This is very crucial to gaining the requisite resources that are necessary to acquiring more and more wealth. Rule number 4. Thinking rich. The importance of envisioning your riches before you actually begin to earn them cannot be overemphasized. Thinking rich is seeing yourself rich and acting accordingly. Sometimes living above your means portends far greater advantage for you than blindly following convention and constantly living above your means. However, you should be cautious and smart enough to avoid living way beyond what you can afford, as that's undoubtedly the easiest way to fall into debilitating and soul-crushing financial debt. But as long as you're disciplined and smart about how you dispose of your earnings, you have to constantly spend your money on things that help build your confidence and make you feel good, rather than saving pennies in hopes of one day becoming a millionaire. It's better to start acquiring high-paying skills that can support your desired lifestyle. Your mindset would be reworked completely by this simple trick. We'd be looking forward to reading your opinions in the comments about today's video and your thoughts about seeking financial education. If you found this video invaluable, remember to give it a like and subscribe to the channel.